So today I want to talk about my first serious toolkit, and I purchased this setup about 10 years ago as a kid, probably for about, I think it was either maybe $500 back then. It is a brushed Milwaukee set. A little bit of background. I had a relative that worked in the trades, and they always used Dewalt tools. And when I moved out here where I'm living now, about 10 years ago, I needed a tool set. And when I went into my local Home Depot, I saw, the Dewalt, I guess you would call it a starter kit. And then I saw this brand, Milwaukee, which I wasn't really familiar with at the time. But I saw that it was in the same price range as the Dewalt. And what made me go ahead and pull the trigger on this set, I have to say, is pretty shallow. I used to own a red Mazda Miata, and because it matched, I went with this set. Now, I've owned this for 10 years. I still have original batteries. I think this 4.0 came with this particular kit. This is a 5.0 from a newer tool, but I have another 4.0 around here, and they're both still working 10 years later. Right now, you see full charge. And so basically, when I purchased this set, I use it for multiple things. I would always, I was the type of person that would put car stereos in my car and upgrade components. That 95 Mazda Miata that I had actually had roll-up windows, and I actually changed it to factory power windows. So I was always tinkering with things and building little, bootleg shelves around our apartment. Those were some of the things that I did, and that's what kind of brought me towards purchasing my first serious toolkit. Hasn't let me down. As I said, it still works. I still use it. But since then, since purchasing this set, it kind of led me down a rabbit hole. And that rabbit hole, after purchasing this kit, I've always been a person working on my cars, and so that led me to actually purchasing tools specific for working on my automobile. So since I was already in the Milwaukee platform, the M18 platform, I also purchased. These were the next additions to my Milwaukee tool arsenal. Here I have the 3/8 impact and the 1/2 inch impact. I have done quite a bit of auto repair with these. I bought these not long after I bought this whole kit, and I just really have not looked back. I mean, this M18 platform has really been helping me to be, independent in a lot of my DIY shop builds and also auto repair. These tools here have saved me quite a bit of money. As I progressed in, purchasing this base set with the drill, the impact, circular saw, and the jigsaw, and then moving into more automotive, I picked up obviously the 1/2 inch and the 3/8. I ended up catching wind of Milwaukee's M12 platform, which primarily I started, with auto mechanic tools because they have a line of ratchets. That's when I picked up this guy, which is the 3/8 M12 ratchet, and Obviously, these tools are not inexpensive, but the combination of these three tools really, helped me a great deal for repetitive task as far as with ratcheting and removing bolts. If there was something that was a little bit too strong for me to take off manually, this guy helped me out. When I needed something that was a little bit more nimble but also had power, this guy was delivering. And then for those bolts that were deep down in the wheel well or down in the engine bay that required a lot of ratcheting back and forth, this guy came to the rescue. After a little bit of time, these tools were, I purchased these first, and then years later I purchased this. And then more recently I added the 1/4 inch to give me a little bit more versatility in working with things. And now I'll even use these tools with some of my woodworking projects if I'm using bolts or rags, which I find very helpful. I've added this extended reach 3/8, which has been also a welcomed addition to the shop, helping me to work on our vehicles. I have a 30-year-old vehicle and a 20-year-old vehicle, and they are largely running on the road because of these tools here, helping me to maintain my vehicles. More luxury items that I added were the 3/8 and 1/2 inch impact wrenches. All of these tools I have been using here, not on an everyday basis, and this is right here a decent investment, especially for an average person. But I can't say enough about how much money these tools have saved me over the years, empowering me to do things myself. So I would like to encourage people to, look over these tools, men, women, whatever. If you're a woman and, maybe you don't have a lot of hand strength or arm strength, these tools can help you. If you happen to be adventurous enough to try to work on your own vehicles, having a little starter kit like this circular saw, jigsaw, drill driver, and impact around the house is super handy for being able to repair things, build things, or assemble things that you purchase from a place like IKEA. Having mechanical power to help you accomplish tasks, to bolster your strength, increase your speed, and reduce repetitive tasks is a very, very, very useful thing. I will have links down in the description below leading to a lot of these tools, a starter kit, maybe some more of the upgraded stuff, so that you can kind of take a look at these tools for yourself and decide if they can help you out. They've helped me out a great deal. I've had plenty of different projects that these tools, as you can see, most of them are pretty filthy because I use them. I meet a lot of people that don't do this type of work themselves. I have taken a passion, it is a passion of mine, so I do it. I'm going to go over a little bit more about some of the tools that I have purchased, and this is just basically, this is how I started out, getting into the M18 platform and then graduating into the M12 platform, which has kind of swung me even in more of the carpentry, woodworking type stuff. Now I have a 12-volt impact, I have a 12-volt drill driver, I have multiple other 12-volt tools. Because of the light, they're lighter weight, they're easier to use in a repetitive way. But if I'm going to do something heavy duty with some 4x4s or 2x4s, I'm pulling out these impacts, these drill drivers and impacts. Now, this isn't my complete set because, now that you know, I got started with this original kit. I graduated over into Automotive. So let's see where I've gone after that. I'm just gonna set some of this stuff aside because there's too much to lay up here. So some of these tools, I remember I was thinking of, like with the auto mechanic tools, taking them to like pick and pull and using it to remove parts. But unless you know exactly what you're taking off and you're only taking that one tool, it's not a wise idea because somebody might steal your tools. I have not upgraded my circular saw, but I did upgrade my jigsaw to a new D handle. I have the new drill driver, which you can see, you can just tell, look at how much smaller that thing is, and this is more powerful. This is a brushless fuel model. I mean, look at that. Look at the difference. I mean, look at the advancement here. And then here, comparison of my old 10-year-old Milwaukee Impact, and this is the new one, side by side. Look at how much smaller that technology has gotten. Brushless and brushed. Just comparing the two jigsaws here, right? Obviously this is a brushless model, this is the brushed, but these tools are still working for me. They still work, you know. Probably luxury to upgrade, but I did find myself when I was doing projects, you know, you may want to have one drill with, you know, your actual drill bit, another one with a countersink, and another one with an actual, you know, setup to actually drive a screw. And that's what kind of led me to continuing. It led me down the path to continue to accumulate extra tools. Now, my 12-volt arsenal has grown as well. This is my 12-volt fuel Impact. And then I have the 12-volt drill, hammer drill. And just look at I mean, even this, look at this comparison here as far as size. You see you know, so obviously lighter weight, you know, for smaller tasks. And then comparing it to this behemoth, look at that. I mean, this is probably more powerful than this 10-year-old drill, more than likely. I haven't tested that, but I'm pretty sure they probably are, just because of the technology or whatever. What is this model number? This is a 1/2-inch hammer drill, number 250220. Anyways, 10-year-old hammer drill, still working. And as I've continued to build out my Milwaukee tool arsenal, then I went out and got this 12-volt install driver with the 4 heads. I decided I couldn't go without a simple screwdriver, so I got that. And then I started to graduate into the nail guns. And this is the Milwaukee Fuel brad nailer. Here is the Milwaukee Fuel stapler. All these are M18. I do not build houses, but I do like the power. This right here is my 20 to 22 degree frame nailer. I've used this on a few like workbench projects in the shop. What would be cool is if Milwaukee came out with a track saw, but they don't have one of those. So as far as nail guns are concerned, I've got the pin nailer. The M12 stapler. The pin nailer is M12 as well. Picked up the M12 hacksaw. This has been very useful. I forgot about this one, my M12 3/8 stubby impact. I use that for working on the cars as well. The M12 fuel multi-tool. I've got the M12 fuel compact router, M18, and the Milwaukee M12 Dremel tool. Now, my Milwaukee tools also include a 12-inch M12 fuel brushless compound miter saw, and I have the M18 fuel table saw. So I'm heavily invested, obviously, in this Milwaukee stuff.